It feels like everyone's a little on edge.
You could be a villain who came here to enact some evil plot.
I cannot consider myself your friend.
Is there anyone else you could try speaking to?
Can't you find someone else to bother?
You are being described as indefensibly worthless.
Perhaps you would be better off patrolling a coffin.
Well, you're not any different. Good for nothing then, good for nothing now.
I wonder why the Archbishop would hire someone like that as a professor.
Welcome everyone to episode 3 of season 2. I'm really excited to have you all here. We've seen a lot of growth on this channel recently, and I am super grateful for every single view and subscriber. Thank you all for being here.
It's all becoming
Now,
clearer.
I'd be super ecstatic to get to 1,000 subscribers over the course of this route, so please subscribe if you haven't already. Join us in the community subreddit at r/failure emblem. Now we have a lot of battles and character development to see. So here's Sir Trilith actually succeeding when he tries to get on his horse for once. So let's get right into the battles. We're going to jump into this practice battle at Lake Tutates. We have some levels to grind so we can get to intermediate classes. So we'll have Brother Dedue here still tanking everything. This Armor Knight incapable of cracking through Invincible Dedue. Sir Trilith bringing out this axe user, getting a good exchange of damage. Brother Dedue still totally invincible, training up Anna in the ways of being unable to die. Now we have Sister Happy over here, who now has some offensive spells to use, so we're going to get some somewhat unimpressive damage off, given that we were using magic on an Armor Knight. And now Trilith is just going to really flex on Sir Happy to show off how much of a good mercenary he is in contrast to his teaching ability. Now, Mercedes has the opportunity to get a kill here. The opponent had a 69% chance to hit her, so it's really good that she got the kill before that could happen.
I feel more powerful.
You really shouldn't. You should just feel faster. Okay, we have Sister Ingrid over here, who is also a monk, also going to deal 14 damage with a Nosferatu, not double, and not kill this Armor Knight. Exactly what you want out of your magic units. You definitely shouldn't be with that, because your offensive stats are not going up. Alright, Sylvain. You're not super helpful against these armor units either, are you, buddy? Well, let's see what we can make happen with the steel bow. I should note that... Oh, the crest activation gave us the damage we needed. Actually, good job.
Guess I've gotten better.
You have, but not at the key thing we need you to be, which is getting stronger. So, Myrmidon Sylvain somehow gets a kill on an Armor Knight with that bow. Does more damage than our magic units. Brother Dedue here, also not putting out that much damage, only 10 with a Nosferatu. But Dimitri is here to use Thundershock and get around that steel type somehow. Now, Annette also has a steel bow to use and is pretty underwhelming with it, so we rely on Squire Felix to come in and finish the job. We have to use a Knight Kneeler at least. And here we go, spending those Steel Lance charges to overcome the weakness of the rest of our party.
Not good enough.
And of course, Squire Felix gets a dreadfully bad level. Okay, wait a minute. That unit just dealt damage to Dedue. That's not right. That's not how this works. Is everyone going to start dealing damage to Brother Dedue? We're going to need to fix that. We need to get him up the ranks of the church real quick. So Dimitri there is holding the Chalice of Beginnings.
That worked out well.
And now he has Thoron, so he'll have extra bonus counterattack capability.
Watch and learn.
Trilith, not getting hit by Nosferatu. The enemies are coming in for the full experience of acting like our magic users. Now, as a mercenary, Trilith learned that honor doesn't matter, explosions do. So he's going to bring that ethos with him. And now we have Ash that will come in and blow this away. He was not content to accept that it would live at 1 HP. You know, always go for the kill, Ash, if you're going to learn one thing. Now, Mercedes. Just get in the Tempest Lance with the pointy stick. She really has been studying the church's teachings. Squire Felix is going to come in, get a little poke there. Now, hopefully someone else can actually get the kill. Annette can come in and just fire the training bow. Hits with the sewing needle. Good enough to get the kill and get her to level 8.
Feeling stronger.
Should have stayed at level 7, I guess. Okay, we still have some PP left on Thundershock, so let's use that.
Over already.
Makes it happen. And gets paid for it. We're really just getting conditioned to get the kills here with that positive reinforcement. Another Nosferatu coming out of Brother Dedue. And a slightly more forceful Nosferatu coming out of Sister Ingrid. Again, teeing up our weaker units. Sylvain, get the kill. Please hit with something. Alright, it's guaranteed to hit with the iron bow. There we go.
Just give up.
Doesn't get a level out of it, but does get to D-Authority. As any toxically masculine person would feel some unearned authority. Dedue had a 69% chance to hit, so it was a guarantee. Over on the top left, we're out of things to do, so Sir Trilith is just going to rush in as quickly as he can. Dimitri here actually doesn't get the kill, but maybe one of our archers can steal it. So Annette probably can't. So she's just going to steel bow this rogue in front so that someone else might be able to come in and get the kill. We have Squire Felix working on becoming a knight in his own right. And Combat Art should be able to finish this off now that Annette's softened it up. There we go with the Tempest Lance. We still have that armor unit to deal with, but we're going to go over here and enjoy how accurate Brother Dedue is. Really reveling in that particular lesson. Looks like Nosferatu is actually better than the Iron Axe out of Sister Ingrid, so that's kind of a surprise. And I guess we're just going to let a counterattack finish off that armor unit down there as Sylvain kills this archer. Great dodge from Dimitri. That speed coming in handy, and he gets to level 10, which will be important after we're done with these battles. That level will be fantastically unimportant. We do get a trade secret out of it, which also kind of doesn't matter. Good counterattack there from Sister Ingrid, gaining a little bit of the health back. We're going to continue moving forward on this side, draw some units out with Sir Trilith. And Dimitri over here is going to try and get some ideal positioning, attack with Thoron that he just learned, gets the hit. That should tee up Felix and Annette to finish things off. We'll have Felix go in with the Javelin. Throwing sticks, he's trying to play fetch, but forgot the dog. And now we have Annette that can come in and just has to try firing the steel bow. We have a 7% chance to miss, which thankfully we do not get. And we stay precisely at level 8, because why would our archers ever get experience? Sister Ingrid fires off another Nosferatu. We've fired off a lot of them, just showing how bad we truly are. Sylvain now has to be the one that finishes this off. And gets to level 9. So close to being useful.
Oh well.
So far away. I'm glad you can acknowledge how terrible that was. Dedue's going to move up, do a little bit of healing, to try and grind some more experience out of this. Armor Knight's approaching Sir Trilith, who's going to get a good damage exchange, because fighting is all he knows how to do. fails to absorb all of the fire, so he actually takes damage. And all of those units are running headlong into this, trying to avoid the units in the south. Now, Ash, again, is going to leave it at a small amount of HP, but is willing to accept it this time as he goes to level 9.
Is this a joke?
Apparently, it is a grand cosmic joke on all of you, if we just look at the total stat growths, which are, like, still in the single digits. Sir Trilith gets a kill, and just gets tantalizingly close to another level. We'll keep him in front of that other Armor Knight, and we'll have Mercedes try to use a Gambit. She still does have pretty good charm, so she hits with this. Rattles the Mage and the Sword User in the back, so we won't have to worry about that.
Thank you.
We'll have Sister Ingrid come in, heal up Dedue, and then move Sylvain forward. I don't know if they'll be able to get more attacks off, but they will be able to get experience off of healing each other. Sir Trilith gets to level 11.
We must all do our part.
Apparently your part is to get good levels. It's certainly not happening for anyone else. Mercedes is still pretty good at accepting magic damage. Not quite as good as Trilith, apparently. So Ash will come in and not quite kill this Fortress Knight. So we'll have to see what our other units can do. Mercedes' pointy stick is sufficient to finish off the mage. So she gets very close, but not quite to level 9. Sister Happy can move in and get herself to level 10.
Baby steps, I guess.
I don't even know if that qualifies as that. That is more of a half-hearted roll on the part of a baby. Now, Trilith, just get rid of the most dangerous unit, which I'm guessing is this axe on the Armor Knight, and we can move everyone else up. Comes for Sister Happy, who of course misses with Nosferatu for maximum uselessness. Okay then, let's get a do-over on this with a little bit of support. And now we can do some unnecessary healing to grind experience before we finish things off. We have Ingrid getting to level 10 with 3-foot-tall Yuri standing in the background. You didn't get stronger, which is a prerequisite for getting stronger still, but we'll take the speed, which will be unusual on a white magic user, but we saw it on, say, Edelgard in the past, so it might come in handy. Mercedes has a Steel Lance, which is enough to get the kill. Really happy she didn't miss there. Mercedes gets to level 9.
I feel more
and continues developing her magic. Great.
My next effort shall compensate.
I have a feeling it won't. You've said that several times now. And who gets the MVP but Sir Trilith, Glory Stealer himself? Our next battle to grind ourselves up takes place in the plains. We'll position ourselves to draw all the units out. Dedue, again, is absolutely invincible, but doesn't put out a whole lot of damage on his lonesome. So we'll see him getting some support from Anna in the back there as she attempts to work on her reasoning skills, which should be helpful in securing bargains. We see Thundershock still very effective out of Dimitri, and that should be enough to deal slightly more damage as you get hit by the Poison Strike. So Dimitri, probably the second most powerful unit on the squad. Let's see if Ash can measure up. He absolutely can. He takes Dimitri's place since he gets an inordinate number of criticals to take out these Fortress Knights. Dimitri will move up here and now can single-handedly take down the armor units.
Over already.
Indeed, it goes faster now that your magic is higher. And Sylvain is actually a Myrmidon, fun fact, so he'll use his little stabby sword to finish off that archer. Brother Dedue is down here and has spells, so he'll use that on this armor unit. Sister Ingrid also is here to remind armor units that she has magic. That speed that she got from her previous level isn't helpful enough yet to let her double armor units. So we're just going to let Sir Trilith here deal an extraordinary amount of damage with the bow. Far more than magic was doing. Sister Happy, continuing with Nosferatu, the most common attack we now have. Squire Felix tees someone up to get the kill. Crest of Fraldarius doesn't quite kill that enemy. Annette, make it happen. You've got a sewing needle. Alright, that one just got sewn into a fashionable sweater. And we can just move up Mercedes a little bit. Charging on in. And now we have a two-front war going on. We're going to set off some explosives for hopefully fun and profit. 10% chance to miss. We dodge that.
Chance to grow.
So, our chances to grow all come in the form of firestorms. Ash has an opportunity to move forward and exactly kill this with wind, but who cares for exact kills when we can go way overboard? Mercedes, get in with your steel lance. You can't take any damage, so there was no risk in doing that. Good job. And we'll reposition so that some other units can join the northern front. Okay, Mercedes steals exactly 0 in return for taking 20, which is not exactly where we want to be. Dimitri fails to hit with the thunder coming out of his iron axe. So he does have to take a little bit of damage here.
That worked out well.
He gets to authority level C. We won't be using the special Lord-specific battalions until after the time skip, because that just seems like abusing New Game Plus a little too much. But we will need to get him some kind of C-rank battalion that is more standard after this battle. Group Flames manages to take this group out of the battle for a little bit. We'll go back down here to see if Ash can get another crit with wind. Sure, why not? 3 in a row.
Doing my part.
Really learning from Petra
Reassuring.
how to do this. It is reassuring, Brother Dedue. I'm glad you are here to point that out. Now we have Sir Trilith, whose bow just can't be stopped. Get a crest activation that doesn't kill the unit.
Glory of progress.
But we do have Balthus, who is trying to learn how to live as a person as short as Yuri. Now Dedue is going to remember that he also has a bow, and that might do better than Nosferatu in a lot of instances. So Mercedes, we're going to switch to the training lance, that pointy stick, and then use a gambit so she can counterattack and hopefully kill it. Okay, we hit with the gambit, so our plan is on track to actually work. We'll move up Sister Happy so she can heal Mercedes. And we'll have Sister Ingrid heal Dimitri. Felix, just move on up. Okay, Happy gets a kill and gets 3 of those HP back. And we get a trade secret. So we'll just need to hand those to Dedue's adjutant to figure out what's going on. Good counterattacks coming out of Dimitri. Thunder a little more accurate than that axe was in the forests, so he gets some actual counterattacks there. Other mage coming out of the forest for some reason. Mercedes gets 1 dodge and then misses the other. Doesn't quite get the kill there, so we have to accept 8 more damage on Mercedes. Okay, up in the north, we have Annette that can start the bidding by firing this sewing needle at this monk. Get a serious tear in those robes as we get to D+ bow. So she'll be more accurate now, which is not really her problem. Squire Felix can get this kill if he uses the right combat art. There you go.
Another win.
Another win, but not another level. Dimitri. Let's use Thoron. Unfortunately, we do have to spend 2 of these spell slots to get the kill,
Is that all?
but it is a kill. Mercedes just needs to poke in a little more with the stick. There she goes.
Not over yet. I'm
Gets to
feeling much
authority
better.
level D, so we can get a battalion upgrade on her. And Trilith is just going to run this lance through this innocent healer.
What is that?
Okay, the forest is not doing us any favors, given that Sylvain doesn't know how to hit the broadside of a barn. He does manage to get it, though, despite being at 68, exactly distinct from where it needed to be a guarantee. Annette luckily doesn't get doubled by that unit, or she might have risked dying from the magic here. Felix has to tank a couple of magic hits, so we'll call in Sir Trilith to bail us out.
You fought well.
Gets all the way up to level 12, just to show off.
Such power dwells within.
Evidently.
All that blood and sweat was worth it.
I don't know what you did, Balthus, but you're getting good levels now somehow, too. I guess combat experience is the only thing we can learn from Trilith. Sister Ingrid getting a Nosferatu off. We'll move Squire Felix up here. We can use Tempest Lance, or just Night Kneeler should be enough. There we go.
Why am I even here?
And that gets him to level 10, so he might be Sir Felix yet.
Stronger, huh? We'll see.
No, we already saw. It's right there. Now, Dimitri has some choices to make in who he is going to zap. We don't have too many spells on him, so we'll need to use our last 2 spells to get rid of this
You
armor
never had a
unit.
chance.
And now Dimitri is axe only all the time. Annette can't kill anything, let alone this bandit, so she's just going to do her best. And that gets her to level 9.
Everyone will be so pleased.
I certainly am, so maybe other people are too, we'll see. Sylvain's still holding that sword and actually learned Wrath Strike recently, so we'll let him use that. He gets the crest activation, but he did not need to. That's enough to kill that bandit that Annette had no chance of killing. Oh! Did you ever think you would see Dimitri dealing 0 damage with a physical weapon? Now, Trilith can try to tee this up to get killed by someone that needs experience. Or, Glory Hog Trilith can just take all the money and experience for himself. Great! Excellent. One last battle before we get to the story mission for the month. Again, we'll reposition so that Dedue and Trilith are in the line of fire. Dedue totally invincible and can't accomplish anything offensively as usual. So Trilith is actually going to get hurt here, but then deal 24 with the bow. So who's counting? More units moving on in. Dealing 5 to Trilith, and he can't counterattack with that bow, so that bandit lives this day. Let's equip some magic onto Dimitri, and then set a forest fire, as is tradition on this map. Not quite enough to level on Dimitri there, but we get a good solid start on all of these armor units. So we'll reposition Dedue to open up more attack angles on these units. We get Dedue up to level 10 with that Nosferatu.
Not good enough.
It really is not. You have the self-reflection to know that. That is something. Sister Ingrid can't quite get this kill, but she is almost guaranteed to dodge. There she goes. Okay, we have this front in our war to deal with, so we're not done exploding things. here comes the blaze out of Trilith. Not enough to get the kill yet, but it should be really easy to finish off a lot of these units. Mercedes can just come in and could have poked it with anything, but chose the traditional pointy stick to get herself up to level 10.
You can rely on me.
I kind of can't, but I'm glad you got strength this one time. Ash still here to blow wind on some armor units. He's done it so much, he's gotten all the way to level 10.
I'm starting to see
And
results.
dutifully avoids getting any more magic power, as is Brigid tradition. Now Sylvain can come in and use his Myrmidon skills to try and finish things off. He can get a kill here. Let's see if he dodges. Yes, he does it perfectly.
Just give up.
We can't really expect that out of anyone, so I'm surprised. Now, we still have Squire Felix that needs to go. We need to get some damage out on this unit, so we'll go for the Javelin there. Now, Annette, can you kill this? Not quite with the mini bow. The steel bow would get it done, though, and that's 100% hit rate. Excellent job. Now, Happy is left, can just get some healing down on Trilith, and she gets all the way to level 11.
Now I'm even tougher.
You're more resilient to magic, I suppose. More units coming in. Some stabbing happening on Happy. The Nosferatu offsets that a little bit. Good job, Felix, and gets an excellent counterattack there to finish things off. Sylvain gets a profitable damage exchange. They really are growing up so fast if they can do that.
I like how this feels.
You should try doing it more in the future, because you really haven't up to this point. Now, Sister Ingrid is going to exactly not kill this rogue. So who can we give the glory? Annette still needs to get to level 10. So we'll sew this one into the patchwork quilt of Annette's kills. And now Dimitri. We could Thor on that armor unit, but we really need to get some damage down on this fire user. So we'll deal slightly more damage with an electric attack than it will with its fire attack. We'll win this initial rival battle yet. Charging at Ash is not a good idea for that armor unit, as he dodges and deals out 20. That was one of the better moves that the AI has made in both of these seasons, dealing a ton of damage to Squire Felix. We are in the middle of the forest here, so magic is all we can really rely on to hit in those really defensive tiles.
I can feel it.
You actually can, and you even got a magic growth. So I'm super proud of you today, Dimitri. Now, Annette, 98% chance to get this kill, and it actually works. I expected the game to troll me.
It's all coming together.
I don't know how that fits into this plan, but sure. Okay, one more attack. Well, exactly one more attack. Don't even need to double it. Ash continuing to get his 14% crits 50% of the time.
You can do it.
Yeah, I guess Sylvain knew that was going to happen, so I wish he'd tell me how. If Trilith gets a crest activation here, this is a kill. Not quite. Pull back into some forest tiles and let the enemies come to us. Good dodge from Trilith. Dimitri taking fire here, but
Is that all?
does get a kill. Dimitri not at a great amount of HP. Sylvain actually has Fusillade now, so we're going to try this out to see if he can finish off the armor unit and stun the other two. Good work. Does exactly what we wanted him to, so we'll give him a little bit of money. Ash can always keep this going. Doesn't get a crit this time. I guess Sylvain didn't tell us what the trigger conditions were. Mercedes gets this kill with her pointy stick.
Use caution.
And Dimitri can now get into position to Thundershock this armor unit down.
You never had a chance.
It really didn't after being stunned.
Quite helpful.
Happy will help Dimitri out.
All that work paid off.
I guess it did. We now can deal slightly more with Nosferatu.
That's it.
And Ingrid is slightly ahead in the Battle of Nosferatu.
Perfect.
Yuri is 3 feet tall, but now has solid armor.
Cut through.
And what can Dimitri do? Well, if we can hit with the axe, that'll be nice here. We do miraculously get one, despite the very low accuracy. And now we might be able to kill it someday. Ingrid, having just shown that she has the most powerful Nosferatu on this map, will promptly use it to deal less than half of this armor unit's HP.
That's
Yuri,
yeah.
continuing to not grow very fast, something he has worked on throughout his entire life to get to the height he is. Annette is Annette. Brother Dedue, can you help us here? You could get a kill with the sword. Wow,
Luck wasn't
we
with you.
really are getting a lot of mileage out of these physical attacks that shouldn't be hitting. You've deepened your understanding of how to swing a sword blindly in the forest.
I know a good deal when I see it.
It was a good deal, it just wasn't very likely to happen. Now, a lot more to deal with. Oh, looks like Sister Happy is the final winner of the Nosferatu contest. And makes Sister Ingrid a little jealous. Think of it as a motivation tactic. Trilith! Again, not getting the crest activation he needed, getting the other effect out of that mystery crest of his. Good dodge. Don't know where that one's going. Ingrid, you have another Nosferatu to launch off. Take that down to 20. Trilith, you have more glory to steal. Let's see how much damage you can deal to the boss unit. Okay, get another crest activation you didn't need. Take the boss down to really low HP. Don't get the dodge there. But it looks like Trilith is in no real danger. This unit comes to attack Mercedes, who can't hit back, apparently. Happy gets a good Nosferatu off to negate most of the damage that she took there. And now we can brutalize this unit with Trilith, or maybe not. Second time works out.
A chance to grow.
It would have been a chance to grow for anyone but you. Now, Annette needs to use a curved shot to really try and hit this, and she gets the kill while standing next to Trilith, so she doesn't quite get to level 10. That's frustrating. Okay, Mercedes, now that it's our turn, can actually get the kill here. And she gets a trade secret.
Well done.
We'll do some healing to get extra experience points. Get Ingrid to level 11.
I will get stronger still.
Now that it's unnecessary for your class development, we get an excellent level. Let's see if we can get Annette to level 10 before we have to proceed to the Holy Tomb battle at the end of the month. We'll need to strategize a little bit to make that happen, so we'll butter it up with a Nosferatu out of Sister Ingrid. Now we should be able to position Annette so she can get the XP boost from Trilith. Steelbow will hit 100% of the time with this curved shot, so hopefully this will be enough experience to take her up to level 10.
Done is done.
And it is just enough.
A change for the better.
It actually is. Everything is looking up. Everyone is on track for their intermediate classes. and they've started getting not totally terrible levels. Enough for Annette to even get the MVP. We've done it. We've gotten through all of those side battles, so here is our status report on where the squad
It
is.
seems I've improved.
Dedue making progress
So
with
this is how
swords,
it's done.
Ash learning a second spell,
Quick study.
the
Guess I
Ashen
learned a thing or
Wolves
two.
getting some combat arts. Now we get to see the upgrades. We have Dimitri getting his way to Mage. We don't have a Dark Seal yet, so that will be his next step. He gets a point of resilience, so he won't instantly die to magic. Here is Father Dedue, the
passed.
priest.
Easy.
Here is Sir Felix in all his glory. He gets his own steed, upgrading from a squire. Ash makes his way to Mage, so he gets to take the next level of classes in the
must
Bridget School
continue
of
to work
Sorcery.
hard.
Here is Mother Ingrid, the priest. We have Mother Happy working her way up the convent. She gets +3 luck, which is a little unusual. Who has no luck is Sylvain.
Come on. I missed
You
one, didn't I?
missed a lot.
I'm total trash, and everyone should avoid me.
And Annette also has no luck getting to the next level of classes.
Next time for sure.
Here we have Alois coming in to show us how teaching is done,
still have much to
because
learn.
everyone is going to get some kind of upgrade from his seminar.
Making progress?
So, who would have thought
certain
that
I've improved.
Alois held the academic secrets of passing on
I'm
knowledge?
getting the hang of this.
But here it is.
If we can maintain the same pace next time, well, it'll probably still
Alas.
be unpleasant.
Well, Sylvain made it to his archer class.
Okay. No big deal, really.
Wasn't a big deal for you, but the Armor Knight certification is a huge deal for Annette, who gets 12 stats out of it. Going to the Holy Tomb to do battle with the Death Knight, who is attacking at 37-17. So I think Dedue can survive that, but very few other characters can. So we'll see after we've cleared out all the enemies around him, whether we can actually live through that fight and get that Dark Seal for Dimitri. Enemies starting to regularly deal damage to Dedue. Not a relevant amount of damage, mind you, but damage nonetheless. Sir Trilith still an unstoppable wrecking ball, using that mercenary knowledge and no academic knowledge whatsoever. Now, you'll notice that Annette is an Armor Knight here, but she heard that there was a class called
done is
Bow
done.
Knight and got a little confused. So we have the squad split up into a couple of different platoons here. We'll have Sylvain go up against this mage, get a little indecision about what to do. He can't get a kill off, obviously, even with that crest activation boosting his damage. So we'll let Mercedes, who sadly did not get to an intermediate class this time around, go in with that sword. She still has some work to do to get into that suit of armor like Annette is using. We may have only had one sized set of armor available. We'll try to get that worked on right away from Mercedes. Good dodge from Dedue. He doesn't really get a lot of dodges, given that he's invincible and doesn't need them. Sir Felix is now trying to make a name for himself next to Sir Trilith. We are now the knights serving Dimitri.
I'm not setting a very good example.
You never have been. Okay, totally useless exchange. I'm glad we all watched that. I had fun.
Sorry.
Enemies healing each other, trying to get some experience, but they don't get XP is the key thing that they're missing there. Annette is going to continue trying to figure out what the mysteries of being a bow knight are. Dimitri now has fire, so he hopefully won't run out of spells all that quickly.
Is that
It
all?
is all. That was all I had to say. You melted down that armor unit. Sir Felix can't get a double on that healer. Oh, Happy can actually get a kill with Nosferatu now. We were really struggling with that for a little bit. Get to level 12.
Could have been better, could have been worse.
I guess it literally could have been worse. Just not that much. Sir Trilith sees an innocent person and just can't let that stand. Over here on the right side squad, we have Ash ready to debut Cutting Gale, freshly learned from the Bridget School of Sorcery. Doesn't get a crit there, it was only 7%, so we couldn't really reasonably expect him to. Father Dedue has realized that the best way to control your flock is to threaten them with a stabby sword. Here we have Mother Ingrid, working her way up the religious ranks. That's just going to throw some magic in this archer's face. We want to kill the archer. It is one of the more dangerous units given the poison strike. Sylvain can actually deal a lot of damage. I didn't really believe in it. So it went exactly as not expected, Sylvain. Oh, 5 damage is actually kind of a lot to come in on Trilith. Ingrid offsets some of that damage. Mercedes, you finally dealt more damage than you got coming in. I'm so proud. We'll start with this side again. Ash is fast enough to just blow up that soldier.
That's how it goes.
And now Sylvain is actually an archer, so he has the range to try and make this happen. We do get the hit, so Sylvain gets to not get a level. Happy is still one of our stronger units to resist magic damage, so she'll get us started up here with a Nosferatu. Now we have Trilith that can come in and try to get the kill. That's where he gets his name, after all. Crest goes off, he gets some HP back, and he gets the kill from the combat art. Get a chest key, and keep moving up. Trilith has to tank some damage. Dedue has to dish out more damage than he's taking. And of course they heal it right up. Right where Father Dedue can see them. That's not nice. Trilith, what do you want to do? We have to put you somewhere. We don't want to get hit by the Death Knight, so we're going to need to Canto out of the way. But we do want to get the melee attack here, so we'll move right up here. That could be a little unsafe, so we'll move over to this square. So now we have Annette still getting curved shots with the bow. We want to use the mini bow so that she has it equipped and can counterattack from melee range. Can Sir Felix get a kill here? He can with the Tempest Lance. So he'll go in and just end that mysterious mage. And move on up to Sir Trilith. Back over here, we can use a steel bow to get a decent amount of damage to start things off. And Mercedes absolutely can't get a kill, but will take very little damage from the counterattacks. Now, who can finish things off? That healer won't attack, so we'll let Mother Ingrid steal some HP with Nosferatu, and apparently get to Authority level 2. Now, Dedue. No one can threaten you, so just stab away. Such is our teaching. And Ash, is your magic any good here? Better than what you can do with anything else. So we'll just have this scared little healer cry in the corner. Annette gets an attack off with the mini bow. That could take a while.
Let's go.
Good dodge from Trilith. Didn't want to get gambited there. So Dimitri still has more fire to flex. And we'll let Sir Felix puck this stick.
You're weak.
We'll see who's weak when you get this level.
I can feel the difference.
How? I would like you to tell me how. Is it that you're running faster? Because you were on your horse. Now, Annette can actually just try to kite this unit. She's not taking any damage from it. Ash is going to continue embracing the power of the winds to bully that mage in the corner. We'll bring Sylvain up to put a steel arrow in it. And now it should be fairly easy to kill. We'll move up Mercedes to poke in with the iron sword. And now let's see what she gets out of it. We get 1 XP away from a level on her. I told you, don't you remember from last time? I told you were lying. Ingrid will heal up Dedue. And we'll see how the enemy phase goes. So, Annette still kiting this guy. Just 2 more attacks from the mini bow should do it. Trilith gets 2 versus 22.
This is our chance.
Oh. Okay, we lost the coin flip and... Wait a second. Wait a second. That's the Death Knight's attack range, isn't it? Oh boy.
Like moths to a flame.
Generally, moths voluntarily come to a flame. Wait, is Dedue going to live anyway? That is really unexpected. Okay, Anna is making the most of the situation. We are not fleeing. We did not come to you either.
Apologies.
Alright, I don't think there's any realistic way for me to deal with this. So that is not how we wanted to engage the Death Knight. We've got to reposition Dedue. We'll put him over there so he can't get pushed into the Death Knight's range. And we'll have to re-bully this unit. So there's an attack from Sylvain. Mercedes can get the kill again. And we'll have to hear from Constance again about how her next effort will compensate, despite the fact that we know 100% it will not.
My next effort shall compensate.
Okay, Annette, again, showing off that she needs 2 more attacks on that one that is following her. Another 2 versus 22 for Trilith.
Let's think carefully.
Still lose this coin flip, but now we won't get pushed into the Death Knight.
Worth a try.
And they're going to try it again. It works out again, but we can't get pushed any farther. And Anna finds still more ways to make lemonade out of those lemons. 25% still not very accurate over on this side. And a heal goes down on that gatekeeper-looking dude. Mage is coming out.
I'll cut through.
And now Dimitri can try to defend his friends and not-so-friends over here.
Over already.
Burns down the soldier.
Yep.
Happy. What do you want to do, Happy? You should probably attack this so that it is easier to take out in melee.
Here goes.
Now, given that Annette is just absorbing all those blows from down there, we can have her just help out killing that axe user. Trilith is going to go in with his pointy stick on the healer. And I guess leave it up to Felix to finish off the axe user. So just poking in with the Iron Lance will kill it 100% of the time. And we get the Crest of Fraldarius for giggles.
I'll give it my all.
Now, his all is a Cutting Gale for all of 26. Excellent job, Ash. But now someone needs to finish the job for you. Mercedes will gladly oblige by getting exactly the right amount of damage in with her sword, and she goes to level 11.
It's just not my day.
When is your day? I'd like to know. Okay, Sylvain, you can get into a good position here to not draw out more aggression and get in some good damage.
I like how this feels.
Speed's fine. You know, I'm going to have to learn to accept that some levels are fine while still being terrible. Dedue can literally deal damage from his rattled state, so I'll take it. Ingrid can do the same and heal herself a little bit. Got a healer running in, because where else would a healer want to be but the front lines?
Close one.
One more attack and Annette will get her bonus. Now, Sylvain is going to take some damage. Sir Felix going to kill some innocents, taking precisely the lessons that Sir Trilith was hoping to pass along. Annette going in for the curved shot, and finally gets the kill on that guy, ending a centuries-long feud. Sylvain will attack the unit that is actually dangerous, which is generally what you want to do, is eliminate threats. Mercedes is going to risk not hitting, a small risk, but a risk nonetheless, and finally kill that unit. Now we have a unit here that poses a 100% no threat to us, so we're going to put as many weapons into it as we can. Taking it down to 10, we can't even finish it off. Look at us go. It's going to run away by moving precisely one tile. Dimitri gets an unfavorable exchange. That's a surprise. Now, can Mercedes finally put this unit out of its misery? Yes. She gets to swing her axe around, and it goes down. Sylvain the Archer can actually attack here, and it doesn't work. So much for being an archer. Trilith can get us started. He is pretty resistant to magic, takes 6, but deals out enough to put it in range to die. We'll have Annette move in to sew this one into her death tapestry.
I had no choice.
And we had a choice of how to kill it.
Everyone will be so pleased.
You got strength and you got speed. I love it. No complaints.
Let's go.
Going to try to gambit Dimitri. It does not work out. The mage reinforcements come up to meet with the Death Knight, have a little tea party. Dedue, still totally invincible, does 11 with Nosferatu. Now we have a swordsman to deal with over here, and then we're going to try and draw out the Death Knight. Good bow hit from Trilith. Yuri gets up to level 9, but still only up to 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
You can go pretty fast when you're that small, I guess. We're going to move Sir Felix up to get the glory of this kill, and then get out of the Death Knight's way. So we came prepared to challenge the Death Knight, because not only is Annette doing her best Bow Knight impression, she also learned Impregnable Wall from this new battalion. So Dimitri is now ready to invite Emil over for dinner. So, how better to do that than to get your axe ready? Okay, we will try to finish off this soldier on our way over to meet the rest of the squad. So Sylvain will deal 18, apparently, with his curved shot. Dedue is going to heal him up, get himself to level 11.
I suppose I've improved.
In a very technical sense, I guess.
My thanks.
Ingrid will heal up Dedue. Can't heal his pride, though. Now, Mercedes, we want to get you some axe experience. We got a little lucky to hit there. And it works out. Ash, just move up. And here it comes.
Moths to a flame.
So Dimitri has to take 2 there, unfortunately. He does deal 1 back and levels up his battalion. Okay, Poison Strike gets around Impregnable Wall, whatever.
But it seems you wish to die.
We don't really want to. I think we might have a way around it. And the mage reinforcements keep coming. Now let's see what we can do about this. We don't want Dimitri to tussle much more with the Death Knight, but we do have a big magic gambit to use that Dimitri can use to chip some damage in on him before we have to bring out the big guns. So Dimitri will also freeze these mages in place, which should be very helpful. Dedue can live through a tussle with the Death Knight, assuming there are no crits. So we'll go in with the Sword Strike. We successfully avoid the crits there, so Dedue is completely 100% fine. Now we can throw down another Gambit, and then I think Sir Felix will be able to come in and win in a jousting duel. So we do hit with Blaze, deal some more damage to one of the mages down there, and now we have given Sir Felix his Horse Slayer, such that he may win any jousting tournament. And he'll use Night Kneeler. Here he goes, and he wins against the Black Knight.
I didn't expect to encounter someone like you. How fortunate.
Few expect to encounter Felix Hugo Fraldarius, true knight of chivalry.
I have improved.
You actually have! Your victories have brought you such glory. And you get to pick up that Dark Seal for your best bud, Dimitri. Now, we still have these mages to deal with. Bow Knight Annette goes in for the kill.
Can't afford to lose.
The quilt gets ever larger. Sylvain can attack from a pretty safe distance. We'll take a little bit of a chance on 74. We get it. Now, Ingrid can move in. She won't take much damage here. In fact, she will take none. So she'll just fire away with Nosferatu and kill with the counterattack if we get there. Happy, I assume, will be in a similar situation, so we'll just move her into melee range, attack this one. And we get to Authority D. Rally Dex, so we can be more accurate with our attacks. And we'll move Mercedes up to engage the final unit of the map. Ingrid gets a counterattack and takes no damage. Let's see, this one's going after Dimitri, but dies from his Thunder Shock.
I must keep aiming higher.
Well, with your new dex, you might be able to hit a level that doesn't suck. Okay, Ash can't stab it to death, so he'll have to burn it down. What are you gonna do?
I must steel myself.
Steel yourself for a really strong level. Good job.
So far left to go.
Ash, when you do well, you start talking down on yourself. Gotta have more self-confidence, buddy. Alright, Annette.
You're too late. The seal will be broken any minute now.
Well, Annette can help with that by shooting a bow in that general direction. She manages to hit and doesn't get counterattacked because she's out of range. Sylvain will try to build on that for himself and wins a coin flip. That is as accurate as he can be, even as an archer. Sir Felix has many more heroic deeds coming, so he's going to finish this off. And who gets MVP? But Sir Felix himself. Huh. What's this for? Thanks for watching this episode of Failure Emblem. Please subscribe to the channel and like this video so that I can keep making this content. If you have any suggestions or thoughts on the future of this run or anything else about the channel, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter at @FailureEmblem. Thank you.